Back at it, exposing more nutrition myths. Today's nutrition myth is a very popular one.
Does fasting lead to faster weight loss?
What exactly is fasting? It's just a caloric restriction through not eating foods that contain calories. So when you're fasting, you're gonna be focusing on primarily just water consumption, and you're gonna focus on a period of time where you're not eating foods.
There are a lot of different fasting protocols or time windows, and this is honestly gonna come down to the individual. You know, we've had our fair share of fasting when we're in a caloric deficit. One way that worked for me when I was deciding to do that was usually starting my day around 11 a.m. and trying to be done by 8 p.m. So there was that window of time where I was eating and then staying away from food in the off time.
Yeah, so typical fasting protocols, the most common would be like a 16-hour fast followed with an 8-hour feeding window, or even there's more extreme protocols that require for like a 20-hour fast or even day-long fast. When it comes down to fasting and why it doesn't necessarily cause faster weight loss is because fasting directly eliminates a lot of calories from your diet. Therefore, when people have a more narrow eating window, they're restricting the total calories for the day. Therefore, they're losing weight throughout the process. And it's not necessarily the fasting that's directly causing that weight loss.
This is definitely a myth just due to the fact that it's not going to aid in faster weight loss. It's just being more mindful about that total overall caloric intake.
So can you lose weight while fasting? Absolutely. Can fasting be incorporated in a sustainable dietary lifestyle?
Yeah.
Absolutely. So certain times where we may recommend fasting would be when calories are a little bit lower. I'm a huge advocate of recommending fasting during the morning hours to just decrease the overall eating window for the day.
Yeah, so to us is really a personal preference following fasting, because it definitely can help when you are trying to control your overall calories, but I wouldn't necessarily say that that aids in faster weight loss.
Yeah, another time where we may recommend a fasting protocol for a certain individual would be to better manage glucose levels, or also to help with the aiding of digestion. A lot of times, and we have plenty of research to support, that fasting can further optimize digestion. So if we have a certain client that not necessarily be digesting foods very well, or maybe a client or individual that has something like irritable bowel syndrome or IBS, a fasting protocol may benefit them in that scenario.